So in our previous class, we learn about this display values, right? We learn about what is block level element. We already saw these things like what is block level element, what is inline element in our HTML. But using this display property, you can convert your elements. Like we know, the paragraph tag is your block level element, which takes the complete width. But using this display property, you can convert it. You can convert any block level element to inline element and inline element to block level element, right? What is block level element? Block level elements are the elements which takes the complete width, and it will be start from the next line, right? It will be start from new line. And in the case of inline element will take the width as per its content, right? So, and it does not start with new line. And in our HTML, as I already told you, we will see this inline block in CSS, right? What is inline block? See, when you use this inline, you can't use a width and height, cannot set width and height, right? But when you use inline block, you can set some width or height as well, and it behaves like a inline, like it will be no need to start from the new line. It will never start from new line when you use this inline block. So I will show you with one example. It's just a quick revision, so if any one of you missed this topic, and be with us. So suppose I'm taking one div here. Okay, so here I'm giving some my name. I'm giving my name inside it. Okay, so now inside my head I'm taking the style. I'm targeting this div. So first of all, we already know div is your block level element which takes the complete width. So suppose I'm giving a first of all I'm giving some background color. I'm giving background color aqua. Okay, let me show you the output. It is taking complete width. Why? Because we know by default div is your block level element, so that's why it is taking complete width. Suppose if I am changing this, you can change this by default also using this display property. I am changing this to inline. Okay, see, it is taking the space as per its content. It is taking the width as per its content. Okay, so can I increase the width and height? See, I'm trying to increase the width and height of this particular div which have inline display inline. So I'm giving 200 pixels, width and height as 200 pixels. See, it is not working. Why? Because as we already know, in inline, now your div becomes one inline element. You can't set any kind of width or height to it. So that's why the width we give here, that 200 pixel, it is not getting applied. Why? Because we give display inline. Suppose instead of giving this inline, if I give inline block, then it will be work properly. It is working properly. So suppose if I am giving here, if I am taking one more span, some other element, suppose I am taking div only. See, it is coming side by side. Why it is coming side by side, not in next line? We already know, like in inline block, it completely behaves like a inline element. Okay, it will not start from a new line. And if the one more advantage is you can give some width and height as well in this. Anyone having any doubt in what is block level, what is inline, and what is inline block?
Okay.
Okay, anyone else having any doubt? Okay, so we already saw these things in our previous class, right? So next we learn about this what is display none. We already saw this. What display none will do? The element is not visible. It is completely invisible. Means it is not part of your layout. Also means it will not take spaces. In the case of visibility hidden, it will take spaces. but when you use display none, it will not take spaces. There is a like just a difference between this display none and visibility hidden. Here it is clearly written, compare it with visibility hidden, which hides the element but still takes the spaces. Okay, then we learn about this. We will see that box model in our today's class after completing this flex box. Okay, what is flex box? Right. What is flex box? Like it is a layout
I
based.
have a, I have a question, ma'am. So
Yeah,
the
sure.
display and background color will always come together only, isn't it? That is this command.
Display. This one you are asking.
Display and background color will always exist together only, isn't it, ma'am? That is the function of
No,
this
no,
display
no.
itself,
It is
no?
not like this. You can use this background color without this display. It is must to give.
Understood, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
If we write display, we should write background color, right? Background color alone can be written separately.
Yeah, background color alone can be written separately and display also can be written separately. But the background color will not be visible if you are not giving any kind of width and height.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if it is not containing any width and height, how can you see the color of it? Color of it, just assume it is this diff like a like a box. Okay, if a box doesn't have any kind of width and height, how can you show the color of it? Okay, so to
Okay.
display the color, it is must to give width and height.
Okay.
Okay, so we were discussing about this layout based display values. What is flexbox? Okay, flexbox is like just till now we are not arranging the boxes, like we are not arranging the container properly. We are not having the feature to arrange it properly. So for that to make it more easy, we use this flexbox. Flexbox is a CSS layout module to create a perfect layout of your like your web application. In that case you use this flex box. Suppose how these things are arranged properly. Just observe this, how these things are arranged. This is also just a one kind of web application, right? How these things are arranged properly in just a one row, it is arranged properly. How they are getting arranged, they use some like good layout based display values. So flexbox is also a one kind of layout display based value. We have two things, first one is flexbox and second one is grid. So we will learn about grid as also. But using this flexbox you can arrange your container like your items. These things are your items, right? This is one box, this is the one box, and these things are your items, so you can arrange it properly using this flex box. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to take one parent class. Inside it you can give items. See, these are your items, right? And this just observe this, or like this background from here to here, this gray color background, this is your parent. And this the all the remaining things, these small things are your what children, like just like items. So it is must to give one container, that is your parent class. Inside it only you can give its item, that is your children's. So now I'm going to create like that kind of thing. So here I am taking one div. Okay, so this is my parent class, this is my container. Inside a container, like suppose inside a one big box you can keep some items, right? So this is my big box, this is my big box. Inside it I am keeping some items. So those items are like just like a div. So I'm just copying it, items, item one, like this. Item 3. Okay, I'm keeping 3 items inside my big container. So first of all I'm giving some class name to this container. This main box I'm giving the class name as container. Okay, you can give any class name. So and to this boxes I'm giving the class name as class box. Okay, I'm giving the class name as box. Like, or you can give some items as well. So suppose for your better readability, I'm giving items and giving same class name here and here. So now I'm targeting this container and this items to give some styling. So first of all, I'm targeting this container dot container, giving the class name dot symbol and taking the class name container. First of all, I'm giving some width and height to it. Right. I'm giving width as 100 W and height as 100 VH. So what it will do? It will take the complete viewport height and width. So suppose I am giving some background color to it as well. Background color, taking this one. Okay, now I'm targeting the children. That is our items. I'm targeting this items now. So I'm targeting it item by its class name. That is item. Right. It is items. So here I'm giving a like some background color. Okay, I'm taking aquamarine. So now I'm giving some width and height 200 pixel and height as 200 pixel. Okay, so now let's see the output. The background color is not perfectly visible. Let me see. Container, yeah, it is, the spelling is not correct. Just observe it, right? The spelling was not correct, so that is why it is not taking this color. See, now it is working fine. So now these are our items which are displayed in vertical direction, right? It is showing in a vertical direction. Now I want to create a web application which shows the item in a horizontal direction. I want to convert this vertical items to display it as a horizontal. So for that purpose we use this display flex. To, you just have to give the display flex inside your container, inside your parent only you have to give display flex, then only it will be changed. So here I am giving display flex. Now it is getting converted. Previously it was in vertical direction, now it is getting converted into horizontal direction. Means what? Previously it was in column, right? It was in one column. Now it was in one row. Now it is in one row. So when you use the display flex property, when you use this display and giving the value as flex, it will convert your column items to row. Okay, getting my point? Previously all the items by default it is in column wise, but when you give display flex it will be converted into row direction. So now I want to give some spaces as well. Between each item, there are three separate items. As we already see this, right? These are the separate things. They are containing some gaps. You can give some small width as per your like your web application choice. You can increase decrease this items width and height. Suppose I am giving only 20 pixels, and suppose instead of giving this thing, I am giving edit. Like normally all the navigations contains this thing menu items. I'm giving editor, selector, copy. Okay. So now I want to give some gap between each. So to give the gap between each, I am giving gap property. We have gap. You can give like gap as 50 pixel. It's up to you how much the gap you want. The 20 pixel was not looking good, so I am giving 100 now. Okay, see, it is containing that 100, that 50 pixel gap. Whatever the gap I have given, I give 50 pixel gap. So that's why it is taking the 50 pixel gap between each item. Okay, suppose if you have some more items now, you can reduce the height as well. Suppose I am giving only 30 pixel. Suppose you have more items. See, please taking the 50 pixel gap to each item, you can observe it clearly, right? Using this gap property, you can give some gap between each items. For that purpose, we use this gap property. And we have some more things, like when you give the display flex, you have some more properties. First one, we will see this one. We can give justify content, means you can align your items, these items you can align it more perfectly. Instead of the directly giving this gap, we can use this justify content as well. Justify content, suppose if I am giving center, what it will do, it will keep all the items, all these items at center of your screen, not but in horizontal direction. See, it is keeping all the items at the center of your screen, but it is still it is in a horizontal direction, right? So similarly, you can give some more things. In this justify content center, you can give like flex, and what it will do, it will keep all the items, all these three items at the end of your screen. Just see it. Okay, directly you can move it like this. Like suppose you can give some more thing. You can give flex start also, we have it is by default flex start. It will keep that at the left side. Okay, and we have some more thing, like you can give flex start, as I told you, it will keep all the items at the start. When you give flex end, it will keep all the items at the end. When you give center, it will keep all the items at the center. And we have space between as well. When you give space between, it will keep all the items, like it will give the spaces. When you give space between, it will be equal spaces between each item. I will show you here. I am giving space between. We already discussed this thing in our previous class, just giving some revision. See, it is taking the equal spaces between each element. Between each item, it is taking the equal space. Just observe it. Right? Where it is. Okay, as we already discussed here, space between will take the equal space between each item. And we have space around. At corners also, it will take some space. I am taking space around. See, just observe these corners. At corners, it is having half of the space. How much the space we have in between, it is showing the half space at the center, at the end, at here, and at here, corners. It will showing the half spaces. And we have one more thing, that is space evenly. When we use this space evenly, it will show the equal spaces at the corners, and at the like in between also it will show the same spaces. Okay, we mostly use this like for navigation bar, like see how these items are displayed. So in that scenario, you can use this justify content, space between, space around, like this kind of values you can use. Anyone having any doubt in this?
No.
Okay. How to bring the text into center of the box menu? See, for that purpose you can use you just want to bring the text at the center. For that purpose we already learned this. Just text align property. Text align center. See, now the text is at the center, right? You can easily make your text at the center, but when you want to keep the container as you want to move the containers like this item, for that scenario you have to use this properties. Okay, justify content, using this justify content we can move the items in horizontal direction only, right? You guys observe it, right? When we use the justify content, the items are moving in horizontal direction, right? From left to right it is moving, but what I want here is I want to move this in vertical direction also. I want to move this in vertical direction also. How can we move it? For that purpose we have this align items property. Okay, We use justify content to move your items in horizontal direction. But to move these items in a vertical direction, for that scenario, we have this align items property. Okay. Now I'm taking this align items here. You just have to do all these properties inside your parent class only, that is your container. So I'm giving align items. Suppose I'm giving center now. What it will do? It will keep all the items at the center of your screen in vertical direction. Just observe it here. See, it is keeping all the items in a at the center of your screen in vertical direction. Just see. This is the half part and this is the remaining half part. And these items are at the center. So we have some more properties, right? We can keep the items at the end also. Flex and see. Okay. We can keep this as start as well, right? Okay. uh, Flex and flex start. These three things are done. uh, See, this one is stretch. What is stretch is, suppose if you didn't give any width and height, suppose you can assume like any height, you didn't give any kind of height here. Okay. What it will do, it will take the complete width, complete height it will take. Just observe it. By default it is taking complete height. How it is taking the complete height? This stretch is your by default. What it will do, it fills the complete height of your parent's height. Means whatever the height a parents contain, suppose parent contains only the 50% vh, so the height of your items also will be 50 vh. Suppose your parent contains 20 vh, your items will also the height of 20 vh. Now let's see. Okay. So it means what? Stretch is your by default property. If you didn't give, any kind of height here, then only it will take from parent. Suppose if you give some height here, it will not take from its parent. Now let's see this. See, it is not taking the complete height. Why? Because here inside this item I give some height. So that's why it is not taking from its parent. Getting my point? Any doubt in stretch? In stretch, having any doubt? Just feel free to ask me if you guys having any doubt.
Later, after several classes, uh, what we should we remember each and every these properties, or there will be an easy way to do all these things.
See, you don't have to remember like each and every property. You can refer notes. Like there are the things which contains all these properties. Whenever you come into the condition where you want to keep some container at the center and you don't remember what's the property name, what's the value name, you can refer the documentation. You can refer the like notes. So like there is not a strict condition you must have to remember it, but when you do lot of practice you will automatically remember all these things. You will automatically can understand it. Okay, to make this at center you just have to use this align atom center. Okay. But while doing practice you can use the documentation or you can refer the notes.
Okay, ma'am. I'm writing down the property and the meaning of it also, why we are using.
Yeah.
Then it will be useful. Okay.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Okay. And the one more thing is like these are the fundamental things. And now the like AI is so much in advance, right? The basic things, these fundamental things AI will do. You just have to understand it what it is doing. You can't blindly trust AI. After completing this HTML and CSS, we will make one project using AI. Okay, using some generative AI, we will create one project so that you can understand how AI is working properly. It will write all these things. You just have to tell them like create a website like which contains all these things. You just have to describe it. but sometimes AI will not work properly. So in that scenario, you must have to know in that case which property or which tag should I have to use. Okay. So now let's move. We have one more property, that is flex wrap. What flex wrap will do is, see, if I am having some more items here. See, I am giving lot of items here. See, it is trying to adjust all those items in a single line only. Right? You can observe it. It is trying to adjust all the items in a single line only. It is by why it is by default. See, by default item stays in a one line. By default item stay in a one line. When you give no wrap, use flex wrap. Using flex wrap, when you give the no wrap, it will move to the next line. Then only it will move to the next line. Let me show you. First of all, I am giving 100 here. So I am using flex wrap, and here I am giving, that is no wrap. Let's see this one. Okay, by default is your no wrap. Now here I am giving wrap. See, now it is coming in next line, means the extra item it is coming in next line. Let me remove this one. Let me give you the all some more items here. Okay, so what it is actually doing is, by default by default all the items will be displayed in a single line only. But when you give this flex wrap, property, this one, when you give flex wrap as wrap, it will move the extra items into a next line, it will move. Okay, so for that scenario we use this flex wrap. In our previous class also I give one example for this. I will show you once again. See, here I mostly use the justify content center, like this is the space between equal spaces. So in that scenario we use this. Here also, this is in a single one row, right? It is in horizontal direction, and I am giving some gap between each buttons. So I am using gap here. Okay, see, in this cards also you can observe, it is keeping three cards in one line, and the extra cards going into the next line, goes into the next line. How it is going? I give flex wrap here. I give this property. That's why the extra element, this extra cards going in next line. When I don't give this flex wrap, what it will be do? It will show all the cards in a single line only. It will try to pick all these cards in a single line only. So in that scenario, we can use this flex wrap property. Okay, to display the extra content, extra element in a next line. In that scenario, we use this flex wrap property. Okay, and we learn about this gap also. Let me show you. Okay, this one I leave this. What is this flex direction? See, by default your flex direction is row. We know when we give this display flex, when we give this display flex, by default it will convert all the items in a row. This part is little tricky, so that's why I am revising this in depth once again. We already discussed all these things in our previous class.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyone wants to ask me anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so let's see this one. See, just I give what here? I just give display flex. Just by giving this display flex, it is converting all the items in a row. Previously, the items before using this display flex, items will be displayed like this. It is displaying like this. But when I give display flex, it is converting all the items in a row direction, right? So you can give some more directions also in this. Okay, just by using this flex direction property, by default is your row. You can convert into column as well. Okay, when you give the column, previously how it is looking without it, it will look like this same only. So without, like, suppose this gap will work only when you give this display value. Suppose I am giving gap here. This all these properties like justify content, align items, and this gap property will work only when you use this display flex, then only it will work. I will show you here. See, I give 20 pixel gap, right? See, I give 20 pixel gap. Suppose if I remove this display flex, did this 20 pixel gap will work or not? It will not work. Why? Because as I told you, this properties, this justify content, align items, and this gap will work only if you use this display flex, or else it will not work. Let's see this. See, this gap is not working now. Why it is not working? Because I didn't use this display flex. So I am keeping this display flex. Now it is working. So what I am trying to say is this properties like this justify content, align items, and this gap property will work only when you give this display flex property. Okay. So here you can give some directions as well. Flex direction. I am giving column. See, now it is in column and this property is also working. This gap property is also working. So we can give some more directions also. You can give row reverse also. What row reverse will do is, I will show you. I am using, instead of just using row, I am using row reverse here. See, it is changing the numbering. First one is added, but it is going at the last. Okay, it is just changing the numbering. So that scenario we use this row reverse. And similarly we have column reverse also. See, okay, edit is your first one, but still it is showing at the last. So you are just reversing the items. So in that scenario we use this flex direction. Okay, now comes to this flex items, right? When you create a container, and inside this container you are giving this display flex, all these items, inside these items we have three items, right? These items becomes flex items. We call these items, these children, we call these children as a flex items. Okay, so we are just giving the some name to it. When you use the display flex to a container, to the main parent class, all the children all the children or the items becomes what? Flex, like direct children of that container automatically becomes flex items. So you can give some properties to these flex items also. Okay, how can we give it? Let's see. First property is order. You can give some ordering to it. Let me show you this one. So here I am giving first of all I am giving some classes here. I am giving box 1, and as I already told you, you can give multiple class names. I am giving box 2 here, and I am giving box 3. Let's see this one. I am just removing this one. See. Okay, what I did, I just target this box 1 using its class name, and I give some background color, and I give order 3. Okay, similarly I target the box 2 and give some background color, and I give order 4. We will see what is order. Box I will target like the same way. So I'm targeting this box 3. Okay, this box 3 giving some background color, and here I give order 2. Now just observe these numbers. I give 4 to this box 2. What is that? That is select. I think that is not correct. Yeah, let me remove this one. Okay, I'm giving some like width and height also. Just 2, 3, 3. Okay, let me give -1 here. Previously it was working with -1 only. So instead of giving this 4, I'm giving -1 here. Okay, what it is doing is it is giving some order. You can give some reference to any particular element, like any particular box. You can give some reference, more preference you are giving. So previously how it was looking like, previously I will remove this. See, previously this copy is copy was first child, right? But when I give the more preference, when I give -1 here, -1 I am giving to this select. Now this select is coming first. See, this select is coming first. Why it is coming first? I am giving some preference. I am giving some order to it. I am giving some ordering, so that's why it is coming first. So like this, you can give some order to a particular item to whom you want to keep at first. Like this, you can give some order. Okay, -1 is working fine. If you want to keep some any particular element at the first position, you can give -1. So suppose here if I give -1, -1, I am giving this -1 to this copy. So copy will be shown first. See, copy is showing first. Okay, we are just giving some preference to show this particular item first. Okay, then similarly we have flex grow. What flex grow will do is the empty spaces will be covered by this particular item. I will show you. Suppose first of all I am giving some like height here. 100 pixel height I am giving here. Okay, just see this. I just give 100 pixel height. Okay, now what I want is, suppose if I give flex grow to this one particular element, the empty spaces will be covered by that particular element. Suppose to this second box I am giving flex grow. See this one, flex grow I am giving here. Suppose I am giving like any number you can give. I am giving 3. See, this particular box, it is keep taking all the empty space. This particular box is taking all the empty space. How it is taking the empty space? I give flex grow 3 here. So that's why it is taking the all the remaining empty spaces more here. Suppose I am giving some width as well to it. Width I am giving 200 pixel to all the elements, all the children I am giving some width. Okay, here also I am giving some width. Now let's see this one. Okay, I give some width here 200 pixel, but still it is taking all the empty space. Right, how it is taking all the empty space? Because I give flex grow here. That's why it is taking all the empty space. So suppose when I do in responsiveness, I'm going in this inspector and I'm trying to make it little short. See, it is increasing and decreasing its width as per the screen size. See, these two are at fixed position, but when I increase, it is also getting increased. See, when I increase, this is also getting increased. When I decrease, this one is also getting decreased. Why? Because it is flex grow. It will change its size based on the screen sizes. Suppose here also I am giving some, in this also I am giving some flex grow in this third box. I am giving 2 here. Previously where we were, okay. See, see. Now this one is also growing and this one is also growing. The middle one is at constant. Why? Because to this one and this one I give flex grow. So these two items become responsive. So it is changing its sizes based on the screen size. Just observe it, right? The middle one is not changing. Okay. So this is the benefit of using this flex grow. First thing is it will take the all the empty spaces. Okay, and the second thing is it becomes responsive. When based on the screen sizes, it will increase or decrease its sizes. Just see it. Okay. Any doubt in this flex grow?
No.
Anyone wants to ask me anything? Okay. So now let's see. Flex shrink. Flex shrink is how much you can compromise, like comprise, shrink your item. Okay, let me give it here. I'm just removing this flex grow. Instead of this, I am giving flex shrink. Here I am giving suppose 3. Let's see this one. Just observe the color, that is green color. To this green color box, I give flex shrink. Okay. First of all, I will show you here. See, by default, it is looking perfectly without any changes. It is looking perfectly how a normal item will look. But when you make your website responsive, see, I'm just trying to keep this like this. See, irrespective of these two items, this is getting shrink. Right? This only getting shrink. See, these two items not that much reducing its size, but this particular blue, this green box, it is getting shrink. It is reducing its size. Okay.
Are you zooming or what are you doing, ma'am?
What you said?
Are you zooming or what are you doing while shrinking the viewport?
Uh, you are asking about the shrink, right? See,
Uh,
okay.
what are,
In this green box, I will tell you once again. In this green box, I give flex shrink. Shrink means it will reduce the size. Okay, when the screen size is getting decreased or decreased, okay, it will only decrease the size. In flex grow, in flex grow what is getting happen, right? It will increase and decrease, both things are doing. But in the case of flex shrink, when the screen size is smaller, it will only shrink this particular box. Just don't be confused. Like in flex grow, when we are increasing the screen size, this particular box is getting increased. When we are decreasing, this particular box is getting decreased. But in the case of this flex shrink, this is getting decreased only. Previously it will at the same position, but when you are giving the width little means, like, see, just observe this. See, it is looking by default, right. Still it is same. This blue, just observe this green box. See see Okay, now see, these two boxes are not reducing its sizes, but this particular box it's reducing its size, means it is getting shrink. Okay. Okay, so in that case we use this shrink property to make any particular
actually
item. Yeah,
we
please tell
want
me.
that to shrink. Purposely we are making it to shrink, is it?
Yeah.
Or are we avoiding a shrink?
No, purposely we keep some items on shrink. Suppose like in, I
Mhm.
will give you one scenario. hmm Okay, just observe this website's responsiveness. See, previously in this card is looking like at actual size, but when I'm decreasing its screen size, okay, see, it is getting shrink, right? Just it is trying to adjust the content based on the screen size. Okay, that's why it is getting shrink. But when you don't give this shrink, it will like the text will be override, like over display, you can say. So that's why we give shrink to make your website more like responsive. In that scenario, we use this shrink. See, previously it
Okay.
is looking like this, but in some small mobile phones, still you want to show it perfectly. So in that scenario, you just want to shrink it. You just want to reduce it. Okay. So in that case, we use
Okay.
this shrink property, and we have align self as well. Suppose if you want to particularly target one particular item, you just want to target this red box and you want to make this at center, you can do it. Like you don't want to disturb these two boxes, you just want to change this position, this particular box position. So in that scenario, we use this align self. Okay, I am targeting this red one. Here I am giving align self. Here I am giving center. See, this is at center. It is not disturbing all these two items. It is just changing the position of this particular box. So suppose you can give to this one also. So here I am giving align self. Suppose here I am giving flex end. See, this one is at the end. So it means what, you can target a specific item also. Instead of directly moving all the items of a container, you can target a specific item also just by using this align self property. Any doubt in this?
No, ma'am.
What about others? Are you having any doubts like our before topics? Okay. So with this, our flex topic is completed. We will learn about the what access is also. We will learn what is access. In our next class, we will learn it. But before it, I will tell you about this. That is what is CSS box model. What is CSS box model? Okay, like every element will be considered as a box. Like if you take one div, it will be considered as a one box. If you take a paragraph tag, still it is will be considered as a box only, right? It will be not round. It is in box only. So every element on the web page is treated like a box only. In CSS, the CSS box model describe how the size and space of the box are calculated. Okay, so normally a box contains, in our web application I am saying, a box contains content. Okay, it contains padding, it contains border, and it contains margin. Okay, what is content? Content is the thing which you are giving. Suppose you are writing your name. In paragraph tag, you are giving some paragraph. So that is your content. To that content, you can give some width and height. What is padding now? What padding is like inner spaces, inner space of your content. And we already learned about this border. Border is just like a boundaries of your element, and margin is the outer space. I will show you here, you can understand more clearly. So here I am giving, and I am taking one div. Inside this div I am giving my name Fatima. Okay, so here I'm taking the style. Inside this style I'm targeting this div. First of all I'm giving some width. 200 pixels and height as suppose 200 pixels. Then I'm giving some background color, giving some aqua color. Okay, let's see this one. So this is your box which contains some content, which contains some width and height. Now I'm saying you about what is padding. Padding is nothing but the inner space of your box. Suppose if I am giving padding here, padding 20 pixel I am giving. What it will do is it will take 20 pixel gap from each side. See, it is taking 20 pixel gap from top, from left, from right, and from bottom also it is taking the gap. So what is padding? Padding is the inner spaces of your container. Now comes to what is margin. Margin is the outer space. Suppose I am giving margin here and here giving 50 pixels. See, it is taking some margins. From left side it is taking 50 pixel, from top 50, from bottom also it is taking 50, and from right side also it is taking 50 pixel. So what does it mean? What is padding? Padding is the inner spaces. Padding is the space between the content and the border. Means it is the inner spaces inside your box. And now comes to margin. Margin is the space outside the border. We already learned about border. I will give one border here. Border 5 pixels solid red. Okay. Okay, this is your border. But this empty spaces outside this box. This is your box. The empty spaces outside this box is your margin. And this gap, see this gap is your padding. We mostly use this padding for creating buttons. See, this is your button, right? Just observe this gap between the text. Okay, we are giving some. We can do it at center using the just like text align center. Also, you can do it, but you want to give at the exact center. For that scenario, we use this padding property. Okay, to make your that text at the center, you can use it. Like you want to give whatever the gap you want. But you can increase this padding just by increasing this number. The 100 is not correct. I'm giving, okay, I'm giving 50 here. So what is it is doing? It is taking the 50 pixel gap from top, from left, from bottom, and from right. Okay. Having any doubt what is padding? Padding is nothing just like a space inside of your box, inside the box. What is margin? Margin is the space outside of your box. Any doubt in this?
Where is the border?
This is your
Border is measured from the viewport. Is it from the sides?
what like what you said? Can you please repeat it?
Border. Where is border? We border length. We should understand from the from the viewport edges. Is it?
No, see here I give border. See here I give border, and here I give the width of my border, that is 5 pixels. Just see this line. This red line is your border. Okay.
Okay.
And the thickness of my border is 5 pixels, and I give the color also. Okay. So like previously when we learned the border, as I told you, we can give some direction also to the border. Like we can give top border, right border. I will show you. Border top. It is taking the border at the top side only. We already learned this. Suppose if you want to just want to give the border at the left side, you can give it like this, border left. So similarly, you can do the same thing in your padding and margin also. Suppose you just want the margin at the left side, not at the bottom or top or bottom side. You just want the margin at the left side. So in that scenario, you can use margin like padding or margin, same thing. Here margin also you can give like this. See, it is showing you all the recommendations. So what it is doing, it is taking the margin at the left side only, see. And for padding also it is taking the padding at the left side only. So like this kind of like directions also you can give. Suppose inside instead of this left I am giving top. Here also I am giving top. See, from top also it is taking 20 pixel gap, and here also it is taking 20 pixel gap. So it means what, you can give some specific direction also, like in border how you are giving some specific direction. Same thing you can do with your margin and padding also. Okay, and we have some more shorthands, like we have some more shortcuts also. Like instead of giving, like suppose if you want to give some different value to top and bottom, and some different value to this left and right. Suppose you want to give 10 pixel gap to this top and bottom, and 20 pixel gap to this left and right. So that scenario you can use this one. See this one, the first value will be applied to your top and bottom, and the second value will be applied to your left and right. So just I'm using this one. So here in this padding, like instead of using it multiple times, we can just use this shorthand formula. So the first one is for your top and bottom, and for left and right I am giving only 10 pixels. See, from left side it is taking only 10 pixel, and from top and bottom it is taking 50 pixel. It is not showing you perfectly. Why? Because the box size is a little bigger. Let me decrease it. Same thing you can do it with your margin as well. Your margin you can give from top and bottom, you are giving 50 pixel, and from left and right you can give some any other value. I am giving 15 pixel now here. See, just observe it. From left side it is taking only 15 pixel, and from top it is taking 50 pixel. Okay, this is the shorthand formula. Okay, directly you can give top bottom one value and left right one value. And for all the four values, like for top you want to give 10 pixel, and for right 20 pixel, for bottom 15, and for left 5 pixel, like this also you can give. And same thing in padding also you can do. Okay, in margin also you can do. See it here, you can give four values also, directly four different values also you can give. I'm just removing this one. So this 10 pixel is for your top, and this for your left, this for your bottom, and this for your right. Here it is clearly written, you can observe it. First one is your top, second value is for your right, third one is for your bottom, and the fourth one is for your left. It will go like a clockwise direction. Top, right, bottom, left. Clockwise direction it is moving. Okay. Having any doubt in this topic like padding and margin?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so in our next class we will see about this okay, this accesses. We will see about this accesses. What is the accesses in Flexbox, and then we will move to our grid. Okay, grid is also just like a Flex only, but it is more advanced. It is more better than a Flex. Using grid also you can adjust all the items, but in two ways. In 2D you can adjust it, like in columns and in row. In both direction you can adjust your items. So we will learn about this CSS grid in our next class after completing this exercise. Okay, then we have only some few more topics in our CSS. After that our CSS will be completed. Then we will do one project. Okay, I will give you one assignment, like till now whatever the things we have learned, I will give you one assignment. Just try to do it. Okay guys, I'm going to end our today's session. Thank you.